Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today, I thought it would be really fun to gather a lot of the products that I've been using really frequently over the last few months. So this is kind of a late winter / early spring favorites for me. Today, it's kind of hard to call this the late winter favorites because it is a beautiful day outside. It is March. It feels like spring is finally here. So for me, it is kind of feeling like a early spring type of vibe right now, but I have been using these products, over the last few months. So these are definitely kind of like the late winter favorites of mine. I'm going to actually start with a couple of hair care products that I have been loving. The first one is from Pink Moon. This is their Midnight Melody body and hair oil. This has just been such a great discovery for me. In terms of the weight, it's just perfect for me. It's not too heavy, not too thin. It's very similar in weight and texture as the roundup hair oil, which I really love as well. But this one is almost just a little bit more forgiving for me because it's just slightly lighter, I believe, than the roundup hair oil. So I don't really have to worry about necessarily using too much or getting kind of like that greasy look around my scalp and my part. So for me, in my hair, it's just a really lovely weight and texture. And then of course, that beautiful tropical scent I just love. As far as the oils that this has, it's got sunflower seed oil, meadow foam seed oil. The scent comes from tuberose, ylang ylang, galbanum, petite grain, just to mention a few. I think there's maybe a couple more in there. And then what I like to do is actually combine this with the Josh Rosebrook serum spray. Now I have mentioned this before in the past in terms of combining the serum spray with a hair oil, but this is the combination I have been using consistently over the last month or two. The Josh Rosebrook spray is a leave-in conditioner. It's gonna help take down frizzies. It's gonna soften your hair, kind of soften curls. If you have some wave or curls in your hair. There's argan oil, marula oil in here. There's also neem, calendula, and many other herbs in here that are great for scalp health as well as your hair. So what I like to do, and I know I've mentioned this many times, but I'm gonna say it again, I will take a couple droppers of the oil, and this one in particular, rub it through my hands, and then I usually start on my ends, kind of get through, the body of my hair, and then I'll just lightly tap whatever is left on my hands, just sort of like pat it around the crown of my head, and then I take the spray, do like 4 or 5 sprays in my hand, rub that all over my hands, and then concentrate the Josh Rosebrook serum spray like at the front of my head here, because this does not get like greasy or anything, at least for my hair. I think if your hair is fine, then you might need to be a little cautious with how much you use, but I've never had an issue with the serum spray. So love this combination, definite favorite of mine over these winter months. So next I'm gonna talk about cleansers. I've already mentioned this one, I think in my best of 2020. This is the Laurel Oil Cleanser. This is Deep Clarity. This has beautiful extracts in here. There's turmeric extract, calendula, rosemary. The oils are sesame, safflower, sunflower, and tamanu oil. And I think as I mentioned in my best of 2020 video, this oil just sort of brought me back to my love of using non-emulsifying oil cleansers. So just really doing that massage, which just feels so like therapeutic and nourishing, and then removing it with a warm cloth. So I have been loving that method over these winter months. I still do really love my emulsifying oil cleansers, and I use those all the time, but this has been a big favorite of mine over these winter months. And then another cleanser, which is actually a mask. This is the Glowing Honey Mask from Live Botanical. This is kind of a new discovery for me. I'm so surprised I hadn't tried this earlier, but in one of my Live Botanical orders that I did, I think it was the beginning of the winter, I placed an order for the smaller size of this honey mask, which if you watched my last video, my empties video, you would have seen it in there. And then I loved it so much that I decided to get the large full size in the most recent order that I placed. So the reason why I love this mask, and in particular over the winter months, is the honey in here is just really soothing and very humectant. Carolyn uses raw organic honey from Hood River. That's a beautiful area just outside of Portland. She also has rose and chamomile in here, marshmallow, dandelion. There's also organic papaya extract in here, so that's going to provide really nice mild exfoliation. There's also supercritical rose hip and cold press jojoba oil. And I'm going to show you what it looks like so you can see this gorgeous mask. The texture, of course, is very thick, but it is quite spreadable. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. So I'm spraying a toner that I've got here. And then when your skin is slightly damp, it just moves over your skin really, really softly, smoothly, with great ease. It doesn't tug at your skin at all. And I think I mentioned in my previous video that it kind of smelled like Tulsi to me, and it still does smell like Tulsi, sort of that combination of rose and Tulsi, but there is not Tulsi in here. So I think that scent that I'm getting is more actually from the chamomile. And as I've mentioned many times here on my channel, I love to do those shower masks, and this is just perfect for doing that. So I will just splash my face with water to kind of do my morning cleanse, apply this on my face. It just, like I said, it smooths right over your skin if your skin's a little bit damp, and then jump in the shower, you know, wash my body, and then rinse it off. So for me, it's a really great cleanser, and honey is actually a great cleanser. And it also provides that humectant action. So it's just very nourishing, perfect for the winter time. But I also really do feel like it's just a wonderful year-round product. And I'm so happy to now have the full size. It's just a gorgeous product, and it's also very reasonably priced. I think it's around $32, $36, something like that. And I want to let you guys know that I do have a code with Live Botanical for 20% off. So that information is down below, but the code is just Trish. So that gives you 20% off. So that makes the cost of this product even more affordable and reasonable, especially for the gorgeous ingredients that are in there. So now we're going to move on to toners. These are two toners slash mists that I have been using pretty much every day over the last few months. I'm going to start with the Nini Organics Rain. This is the Hydrating Skin Essence. If you watched my review of the Boxwalla Beauty Box from February, then you will know that I am just completely smitten with this, and you'll see it's also gotten a little bit lower. I'm sure I'm going to finish this in the next few weeks. This is a gorgeous product. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I really dove into it in that Boxwalla video, but it has cucumber water, butterfly pea extract, lactic acid, hyaluronic acid. You all know how much I love lactic acid. Such a lovely, gentle AHA that also provides wonderful hydration. So it's a great humectant. And I'm going to give you guys this close up because I just want you to see how beautiful the color is. And that adds into the enjoyment of using this product because the color is so gorgeous, the scent is beautiful, it's efficacious, it does what it says it's going to do. So yes, I really do love this one a lot. It is on the expensive side though, so I do have a product here that I've kind of like rediscovered over the last few months. This is the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. And this product is very reasonably priced at $14. Of course, it has niacinamide in it. It has Saccharomyces ferment, which is a great humectant, and it's also gonna help brighten the skin. There's licorice extract in here, which also brightens the skin as well. And this is one of those products where you pour it out onto your hand and then just rub it around and then pat it onto the skin. I love using it because it's not scented. I mean, I do, of course, I love my scented products, but everybody's gonna have their own idea of what smells good and what they actually want on their face. So I think this is, of course, going to be universally loved because there is no scent. Well priced, like I said, and it does the job. It provides beautiful hydration, and I just really like its sort of simple, elegant formula. It is not in the green beauty space, so you definitely want to check out the ingredient list just to make sure that everything jives with you. There's nothing in there that I find concerning. So if you are interested in a niacinamide focused toner, definitely do give this one a look. The next favorite over these last few months has been the Sahara Rose Hydra C Serum. I think I've mentioned this a couple times, maybe in a PR video, and I think I talked about this in the video that I did that focused on the quote-unquote botanical retinols on mothbean and bakuchiol. So definitely check that out if you're interested in those types of ingredients. But in this one, it has the mothbean and vitamin C, and I love it. It is just a great texture. It is not sticky, it is not tacky, it absorbs into the skin very quickly, and it plays well with any product that I have ever put on top of it. So this has definitely become a daily favorite of mine. As for moisturizers, I am just so in love with this AO Raw Nurture PM treatment. I think I've mentioned this a few times already on my channel. It's got lactic acid, bakuchiol, vitamin C. I love the texture. It is just so smooth and creamy, absorbs into the skin really, really quickly. And I'm kind of bummed though, because I don't see it on the Credo website anymore. That is where I originally purchased it. And I was on their website last night just to check out the ingredients again of this product, but yeah, I can't find it on their website. And I've been reaching for this day and night. I know it says it's for nighttime, but I also use it during the day. I love it under foundation. It's just a wonderful moisturizer, and I really do recommend it, and I'm hoping that Credo maybe brings it back or that it's easy to find somewhere else. And then another moisturizer that I have been really loving is the Tracy Martin Face Resculpting Cream. I think I mentioned this also in a PR video. This too has an amazing texture. It's a little bit creamier and a little bit thicker than the one I just showed you, the AO one. It too has beautiful ingredients. It's got rose flower water, black currant seed oil, rose hip fruit seed oil, pumpkin seed oil. There's also caffeine in here, THD, and THD is that vitamin C ester that I've mentioned many times on my channel that I really do love. And while it is a cream and it is very moisturizing, I am able to use this during the day. In fact, I do use it during the day quite a bit, and it wears well under any kind of makeup products on top of it. So yeah, it's just a huge hit. I had never tried anything from Tracy Martin before, but I really do love this a lot. And like I said, I've just been reaching for it daily, just kind of rotating between the AO one and then the Tracy Martin one. And then next up is a balm from Live Botanical that I have just fallen in love with over these last few months. This is the Renewing Concentrate, and look at that gorgeous color. It is so beautiful, and it's got like a really lovely texture, very juicy texture. So it is definitely not one of those drier balms like Carolyn's Sanctuary Barrier Balm or like Earthwise Beauty Yasuni. It's not a texture like that. It's much juicier, it's much looser. So if that is the type of balm that you like, if you like that texture, this balm is just so gorgeous. First of all, the smell is so relaxing. It's got rose and chamomile as well as lavender flowers in here. And those flowers are slowly infused in unrefined cold pressed hemp, raspberry, camelina, and jojoba oils. And then the long infusion is followed by a centrifuge process for optimal extraction. So that is going to deliver powerful whole plant compounds to nourish and protect the skin. There's also supercritical rosehip and sea berry fruit. There's CoQ10 in here. There's also lupin extract in here, which studies have shown that it is going to help firm and improve overall facial contour and firmness. There's ceramides in here, pomegranate sterols, and those are going to help protect the lipid barrier. There's also candelilla wax, shoria butter, jojoba. So just so beautiful, and I can't recommend it highly enough, especially if you do enjoy this type of texture in your balm. But for me, it has just been really nourishing, and I love reaching for it in these winter months, especially when it's been drier, especially in our house when you've got the central heating going. I love using this on my skin at nighttime to just kind of help lock in all the actives and then the hydration and the previous moisturization I've done, and then I put this on top and it just helps lock everything in, as well as also providing, as I mentioned, the ceramides, the CoQ10, helping your skin barrier. It's a wonderful balm. Next up, I want to touch on a couple of eye products. This is another Good Molecules product. This is their Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. It is $6. Of course, it has yerba mate in there, which is full of antioxidants and polyphenols. There's also caffeine and acetyl tetrapeptide 5. Those are going to help decrease the puffiness. And there's also hyaluronic acid in here. So at $6, this is an amazing deal because it actually really does a great job. The texture is almost like an ointment. It's really interesting. It's kind of like a really thin ointment. I like using this both day and night, especially during the day, because I really do feel like it helps take down the puffiness. So I highly recommend this product. As I mentioned previously regarding the Good Molecules Niacinamide Toner, this is not in the green beauty world, so definitely check out the ingredients. I am not concerned with them. I really love using it. And for $6, you just really can't beat that. The other eye product I want to mention is the Kahina Eye Serum. This is an old favorite of mine that I have just rediscovered how beautiful it is over these last couple months. The texture of the Kahina Eye Serum feels more like a gel. For me, it absorbs in really nicely. I really love using it in the morning, and it will be the first thing I put on my face. So even before I've splashed my face with water, I will put this eye serum on if my eyes are feeling particularly puffy that day. So I will apply it, and then I'll just do things around the house, and I use quite a bit. So while I've got this under my eyes, I will get my tea going, check emails, do whatever. And sometimes I leave it on for an hour, maybe even longer. I've never gotten any irritation from it or anything, especially with the copious amount that I use under my eyes. And then after I've let it sit and do its work and depuff my under eyes, Then I go and do like my rinse off cleanse in the morning and then do my whole skincare routine. So this has just been a savior for me. I have loved it for years and years. Kind of got pulled away from it just trying other products, but now that I have it back in my life and have been using it consistently over this last month or so, I just rediscovered how much I truly love the Kahina Eye Serum. So next up, I just wanted to touch on a couple of makeup products that I've been really loving. I did a review of the products that I got from the Auric launch. This is from Samantha Ravindal. This is her line. And I have this Glow Lust in Pyrite, and I love it so much. First of all, for my light to medium olive tone skin, Pyrite is just perfect. It matches my skin tone so well. I love using it under foundation, and it definitely does provide that beautiful like candlelit glow, you know, lit from within look. I also like using it on top of my cheekbones as a highlighter. I'm not going to talk too much more about it because I don't want this video to be too long. So if you are interested in the Auric products that I purchased and you want to see them more in action, definitely check out the video that I will link up above and you can go check that out. And next up are a couple of Westman Atelier products that I have been just loving so much. This is the Beauty Butter Bronzer, and I will show you what it looks like. And if you watch my video of my full face of Westman Atelier, you will have seen this in action. I spoke about how creamy and buttery it is and has this lovely scent of coconut. So if you're not a coconut fan or coconut ingredients tend to bother you, you might want to think twice about this. But if you don't have an issue with coconut, I highly recommend. Just such a beautiful finish. I do actually have it on my face today. I have been reaching for it so frequently. I love the color. I love the texture. And I know that they have come out with a deeper one. So they do have two shades now. All I can do is speak to this one, the lighter one, which is just absolutely gorgeous, and I can't recommend it highly enough. If you are on the market for a new bronzer and you do like kind of that creamy, slightly powdery texture, but definitely more on the creamy side. And then I'll show you the lit up stick. This is the next favorite that I've got here to show you. This is such a beautiful highlighter. This is in Nectar. So I decided to apply it to the inside of my arm. Hopefully you can see what it looks like. It just has a very, very sheer wash of color, kind of peachy, tanny peachy. I don't know if it's gonna show up, but let me show you what it looks like in action here. I'm just gonna put it on my cheekbones. So hopefully you can see what a beautiful, just sort of like glowy, dewy highlight it provides. I just love it. And you can actually use it on your skin under foundation, sort of like a primer, which again gives that beautiful like glowy look. And if you're curious, this one is unscented, so there's no coconut scent in this one. And I do believe that these compacts are the only products that do kind of have that coconutty scent. Any stick product, including the foundation and the blushes that I've used from Westman Atelier, do not have that coconut scent. But anyway, I hope you can see kind of that beautiful glowy highlight that it gives. I can't rave about it enough. I love the effect that it gives, and I also love the ease of use. You really can't screw it up. I don't feel like you could really ever use too much because it gives such a beautiful natural glow. But yeah, these two from Westman Atelier I've been reaching for over and over again over these last few months to just kind of warm up my skin, give me that glow when I'm kind of getting that, you know, dreary wintertime feeling. And then lastly, I want to talk about a lipstick that I have rediscovered. So I've been trying really hard to shop my stash, especially my makeup stash, to keep me from purchasing things that I really do not need. And one thing I discovered in my stash that I totally had forgotten about how much I love is this Lipstick Queen lipstick. This is called Truth or Bear. I'm pretty sure it's from their Nothing But the Nudes line. This lipstick is so beautiful. If I could only pick one lipstick to wear for the rest of my life, I think I would maybe pick this one because it is so flattering on my skin tone. Again, light to medium olive tone skin, MAC NC30. It is just the perfect pinky nude. I think it's really flattering on my skin tone. The texture is so creamy and feels really good on the lips. It's almost like one of those sheer balmy type of textures when you're putting it on your lips, but yet you get amazing pigment from it. So it's just a huge favorite. I don't necessarily need to use a lip liner with it. I did today, but I typically don't if I'm just running out the door. I don't even really need to use a mirror to apply this lipstick. So for all those reasons, just it being so flattering, I love nude lipsticks. I mean, I wish I were more of a bold lipstick kind of person, but when it comes down to it, I love these more natural neutral tones, and especially a good nude that is flattering on olive tone skin. This is just a huge hit for me, and I really recommend checking out this line. I'm sure you probably know that Lipstick Queen is not a green beauty brand, but again, I'm not concerned with the ingredients in here and highly recommend this lipstick if you are interested in kind of a more nude type of lipstick tone. In their Nothing But the Nudes range, they do have 9 shades, so if you feel like this one wouldn't be good for your skin tone, they do have quite a variety of nude colors for you to check out. So that does it for my late winter, early spring favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please let me know what your favorites have been over these past few months, what you've been reaching for the most. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.